Hey guys, good to see you guys again. You might be very familiar with this setting and this game. I'm going to be going ahead and coming back to MS1 for a short period of time, probably during the duration of this summer like I did last year, primarily because I'm stuck in school for summer semester. We have to take a summer semester, at least my grade. I thought MS2 was going to go well. It still is doing okay, but it's just I kind of pulled a Pokemon Go and it like blew out after a couple months. I really thought MS2 was going to be the game that I would be able to just like fully lock into, because MS1, it has a big part of my life, and whenever I don't play the game it leaves a huge hole in my heart, and then I try to find another game to replace it. So far that hasn't happened yet. So we're back here, and I'm on my Demon Slayer right now just because I'm trying to get myself resituated. I actually started playing a couple of weeks ago, but then went on a trip, and also just had a few things I wanted to think about. Right. So what's the plans for this summer? I think we'll keep doing what we've been doing. I know that the level 275 cap is out now. I know that the Black Mage is out, and then so we have a new area in the Arcane River. I think it's called Tenebrae. Yeah. Then there's 3 more areas. There's the Outpost, there's the Moonbridge, Labyrinth of Suffering, and I think Lamina is no. So there are 4. There's the Outpost, Moonbridge, Labyrinth of Suffering. Labyrinth of Suffering I think is where we fight Hilla, and then after that we go to Lamina. This is the Black Mage, and then we beat the game, I guess. It took about, what, 13 years? No, more. Like 14 years, 15 years before we actually could finally beat the Black Mage. That's, it's good to know. I just don't know what they're going to be doing from here on out. Anyways, let's see here. Okay, so as you guys know, whenever I leave MapleStory for a long period of time, or whenever I quit, in air quotes, I typically sell my equipment, primarily on my dual blade. And now, I have to go ahead and get that back. What I decided is that in future subsequent attempts of me quitting, let's say I do even find a game that somehow manages to replace the giant hole that MapleStory leaves behind, I don't think I ever will, like, you know, I'll always come back. It's kind of like a nostalgic feel to it. Just like you go back to your old Pokemon games, you go back to your old, you know, you play Nintendo DS or GameCube games just for the sake of nostalgia. So I don't think it's actually a good idea for me to sell my equipment. I've done that like twice now. I think it's a good idea that if I'm going to leave, I leave my stuff here. That way when I come back, I don't have to tear my hair apart trying to go ahead and get them all back. For the time being, I'm going to be chilling on most of my Demon Slayer and my Lumi, just because my Xenon and my Dual Blade are both completely naked. And I don't think, unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to have the resources to get both my Xenon and my Dual Blade's equipment back up. I'm going to just focus only my Dual Blade. And as for my Demon Slayer and Lumi, we're gonna go ahead and get them free to play. With that being said, both my Demon Slayer and my Lumi are 212 and 214 respectively. I've been made aware that getting to 220 has become a lot easier, and that from 250 to 275 you cannot use 2X cards, which is quite unfortunate, but I don't think they want us to get to 275 too quickly. That means my Dual Blade, which is at 240 right now, I need to get it to 250, and then we'll see what we want to do from there. And I just gotta go ahead and get his equipment back. But it's good to see you guys again. If you're wondering what kind of videos I'll be making, the same as usual, just guides. Maybe make a new training guide soon. Top 5s and other stuff like that. Hopefully you enjoy my summer while I'm here, because not that I dislike being on campus, I'll probably be very bored when I go home anyway. So I have stuff to do, but I figured might be a good— someone is parked in a fire lane. That's not good. Sorry about that. I was looking outside the window. So I'll be staying quite likely for the duration from April all the way into maybe August, maybe a little bit longer. Fire Emblem 3 Houses is coming out on the Switch in approximately like 3 months, which means I'll be enjoying that as well. Thinking about getting a capture card for the Switch. And for the time being though, just for terms of video games on the computer, the only game I really think I have an interest in right now, besides MS1 at the moment, is League of Legends, which I'd already told you guys that I'm not too partial when it comes to, or I'm not too fond of when it comes to streaming or recording, just because I don't think it's the right game for me. So now that I got that out of the way, let's go ahead and I guess do a small equipment catch-up, because I don't remember how good my Demon Slayer was. It's been 8 months, maybe there were some upgrades that were made for like the class, if the class got buffed or not. So we're gonna go ahead and go over what we have. I think now that my Xenon is completely unfunded, I'm gonna take him out of the picture, and I'm gonna go on my Demon Slayer and Lumi. Maybe in the near future, if I get my Dual Blade fully funded, I can slowly get my Xenon back up, but it was very expensive having to fund 2 characters at the same time. So we're only going to focus on one. As usual, my goal is to get my dual blade as high as possible to a standard, but I'm going to be taking it slow. I think one of the reasons why I burned myself out last year was because I just went way too quickly. I burned too many resources and I just got my dual blade very strong in a short amount of time, and I lost a lot of enjoyment for the game. That and grinding is never fun. So I'm going to take it slow, going to take a step back. Might actually give the unfunded journey another try. Right, so let's get into it. I missed the Dark Lords of Darkness event. They had one about a month ago, so that's unfortunate, but I have kind of a couple basic totems. I think there are totems that exist that are, I think, 35 all stat and like 13 attack or something, like the Beast Hunter totems and like the Nurse totem and stuff like that. So I might actually go after those. As of right now, I am making the switch to Absolab for my Demon Slayer and my Lumi, because Absolab is quite easy to obtain. Not easy in the sense of like it's easier than CRA, but it's manageable. It doesn't require too many resources for you to get, and because I have no intentions of getting my Tyrants any stronger than they already are, it's a good excuse for me to switch over. Then that way I can go ahead and get a few other things too. Potentials definitely need work on about all of them. Although this cape is nice, so I might keep it for a time being. And I do have a titanium heart on him. Alright, so that's for my ranges right now. The pendant slot is currently unlocked, or is currently locked, which means with this I will tack on possibly another couple 100k. So here are the pieces I have. I have my boots ready to go. My plan is to get these things to... what's it called? I plan on getting these things at 22 stars, and then I'm going to transfer hammer so that these guys will already come out at 22 stars. That way I will not have to do it on these pieces of equipment alone. Although I don't think they're that expensive compared to the likes of, let's say, getting a Sweetwater Katara. 3 more pieces here. I have a 4th and a 5th piece here. The 5 set will be able to give me a 30% boss damage, which will make up for the fact that you don't get boss damage anymore from the CRA set. I'm going to switch the Tyrant Belt out for a Gollux one. The Superior Gollux Belt, I believe, is just about, if not way stronger. Oh no, I think a 22-star Superior Gollux Belt is about the same as a 15-star Tyrant. I think. Yeah. And this thing's only 7 stars. Boots, gloves, and cape. The cape is the only thing I might be hesitant about giving away, or swapping out rather. Gloves and boots I have no problem though. So first project I think on my Demon Slayer, or first 2 projects would be to get these things Transfer Hammer to 21 stars, and then also to get my Superior Gollux Belt, a Superior Gollux Belt to 22. Then finish up the V-Matrix. So I have plans for the time being. I figured while I'm waiting to see if I can grab myself some decent gear for my dual blade, I'll go ahead and chill on my Demon Slayer and my Lumi for the time being, have a little bit of fun with them, because I do need to work on them. I think, as of right now, there are no power leveling projects I have in mind. Sachin's borrowing my gear already anyway. And to my surprise, a large amount of my buddy list actually has not deleted me, which is awesome. Yay, I still have friends. Alright, but that's gonna be it guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. Hope to, I guess, make good content for you again. I just didn't want to go too long without making consistent content. I tried FFBE, but that game requires you to spend money to make content on it to an extent, and not really something I think is sustainable. So, MapleStory 1 though, always a good fallback. Gonna be chilling for a bit, maybe 4 or 5 months or so, and then I'll quit again, and then you'll see me again maybe in like the next summer or something. Alright, thanks so much for watching guys, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Take care.